She took an interest in my work, wanted to know all about my approach to infiltration, my thoughts on humans. And she was a fast learner. Call it ego, but I used to think she was trying to be like me. Then I realized she already had a role model, her mother. Adana realized that I could teach her a lot of the same stuff her mother could have, so she stuck to me like glue. And then she shifted up a gear, studied at Caltech and Columbia University, and she did it all on her own. You should be proud of her.
Always have been. Lamb to Mankind's really made something of itself, hasn't it?
Yeah. Took us a while, but we've got a solid group. And our name's out there. The bigger we get, the more we can do. Still need to get public opinion on our side, of course, and that's not going to be easy given the way Indran and its puppet media portray us. But the longer we fight, the better we can reclaim our narrative. The people will come to realize we're fighting for them in due time.
From what I've seen, you've got an uphill battle in the court of public opinion.
That's for sure. Indran's media mouthpieces have done a hell of a job of painting us as terrorists. But hey, it could work out in our favor in the end. If we bring Indran's abuses to light...
Their smear campaign against you will just be one more strike against them. That could work. So, how do you like being Rotko's lieutenant?
Things were a little bumpy in the beginning. Rotko didn't like my way of doing things, so I had to assert myself. Deep down, though, I don't think he would have gone easy on anyone. Nobody could replace you in his eyes.
Yet here you are, Rotko's right hand. I'd say you replaced me quite well.
I appreciate it, but it was never a question of ability. Rotko just had to get over it, to learn to stop yearning for the past. It was a slow process, but he's finally managed to turn the page. That said, your return has done him a lot of good. All of us, really. There's a lot of change we can effect with you here, Cahal. Keep that in mind.
Adana taking action, the attack on the cairn. It's hard for me to ignore the parallels with the day Ludmilla died.
I suppose the infiltration strategy doesn't exactly help things, huh?
Yeah. I'm terrified that we might somehow see a repeat of 5 years ago.
Don't worry, Cahal. Even if the broad strokes are similar, the details are completely different. We lost Ludmilla because we didn't know that Indran was working with the Black Spiral Dancer. Piece of shit must have realized Ludmilla was one of us. Nothing else could have. There's no way in hell that's happening again. We've checked Indran's security on all their sites around Tarker's Mill. There are no Black Spiral Dancers, not one. Adana's got this. She'll be safe. The fracking site's too well protected. It's too much for 2 people.
What's Rotko think about you two going undercover like this?
As you might imagine, he was a little resistant at first. But once he understood what we wanted to do, he gave us the green light.
Sounds like you've got something in mind.
If we want to draw security's attention, we have to hit them hard. Blowing up the refinery should do the trick. But that's not happening until we can get into the fracking site. That's step 1. The site is protected by an electric fence and a myriad of cameras, all of which are powered by the dam Indran acquired when it bought the site. Now, if someone could get into the dam and connect me to their network, I could access their system discreetly.
Allowing you to cut the power to their defenses without their notice.
Exactly. We can worry about the fracking site after that.
Okay. I'll go talk to Rotko to see how he wants to make up the teams.
Thanks, Cahal. It's good to have you back. But if you don't mind, I'd like to take a few moments for myself. Lost some friends during the attack.
Don't worry. Take all the time you need.
Okay. So, any news on the group that was supposed to launch?
As you know, Magadon claims they opened a new lab to develop natural supplements. It's obviously a front, but they've got the public eating out of their hand.
So, alter Sack. Jetzt bist du dran.
So, were you able to talk with your daughter?
Ja. Über die Geister reden, gestehen, über den Brief. Da.
I had a chance to talk to Yufen for a while. It's hard to believe the state the spirits are in.
What do you mean by that? Are you here to tell me I let them down?
No, that's not it at all. I just want to know what happened.
Fen will tell you that I turned away from the spirits to focus on the pack, on Adana. It's true in part. I needed to keep the pack unified, but I never abandoned the spirits. I did everything I could for them, but I never had the sort of connection with them that Rafik had.
And the worm?
His influence is spreading here. It's spreading everywhere. We're all fighting against it as best we can. But as long as Endron stays here, the worm will remain strong. It will try to corrupt our minds, to weaken Fen and the spirits.
Never thought I'd have a chance to say this after I left, but I'm glad to be back among the pack.
Me too, Cahal. I'm glad to have you, especially right now. I'll respect your choice to leave once this storm passes, but you know as well as I do that your place is here. You are my right hand, Cahal. After what you did at the mine, I'd say you still are.
That's Ava's place now.
I know, and she's a fine fit for the role. But you and I, we have a different bond.
Whether I go or stay, Rodko, that bond will always remain.
I truly hope so, Cahal.
I read the message you left on Ludmilla's grave. I didn't know that you...
I never should have given the green light for that mission. Never. I'll blame myself for the rest of my life. If I hadn't made that decision, my sister would still be alive. And you never would have left.
Wasn't your fault, Rodko. How could you have known that Endron had set a trap for us?
I'm the leader of this pack. It was my job to know.
You can't punish yourself like this. Even Yufen didn't see it coming.
Yufen is not our pack leader. I was the one who made the choice, not him. And I've got to live with that.
As you might imagine, there's still a lot of tension there.
Between the attack on the cairn and your sudden return, she's going through a lot right now. Give her time.
Ava said the same thing. I hope you're both right. Speaking of Ava and Adana, they told me about their plan to get their hands on the encrypted data inside the fracking site's laboratory.
To bring Endron down from the inside, yes. I think they've got the right idea. If we manage to chase Endron from this region, they'll just continue their dirty work elsewhere. It's time for a decisive blow. So we follow Ava and Adana's plan. We'll attack the dam to bring down the defenses of the fracking site. I want you to lead the incursion. You coordinate with Ava and Adana over comms, and allow them access to the dam's network.
Ava gave me the rundown. But if I set off a single alarm, things will get very dangerous very quickly.
I know. One sign something's amiss, and Tank Girl will be at the dam before you know it. So while you're sneaking through the inside of the dam, I'll be creating a diversion on the outside. That should keep her attention off you. And even if someone does raise the alarm at the dam, Tank Girl will have no idea why you're really there.
Good. You can count on me.
Excellent. We'll have Declan meet you near the dam. He's got the relays you'll place to get Ava and Adana access to Endron's network.
Diese Tank Girl ist auch eher so, nur, sag ich jetzt mal, ein General. Aber wir wollen ja den großen Chef. verstehe nicht warum.
The Guardian,
Hatten wir alles schon. Da ist er dann. Hatten wir das schon? Jetzt haben wir's. Okay. Das hier ist der reguläre Weg. Seitdem ich das angenommen habe, die Quest, habe ich dieses mit hier der roten Aura.
When I think of what they did to Leandra,
Were you the one who
just hope we
buried
can help
Ceres?
smooth her passage into the world
You
beyond.
truly honored her legacy.
That was the least we could do. She was always there for us.
Thank you for taking the time to honor the memory of Kitamona. She was an old friend.
She spoke of you often. I just wish she could have had the chance to see you again.
Nee. Das war das, was wir gerade gemacht haben. Das ist unsere Tochter. Hä? Wo ist denn da die andere Höhle gewesen? Ah, nee. Ah, bin ja gar nicht weitergelatscht. Ja moin.
As you know, Magadon claims they opened a new lab to develop.
Blöde. Ich habe doch vor uns ein ganz anderes Gebiet auch noch gefunden.
They've got the public eating out of their hand.
And they just brought their supplements to market. If we don't expose them, a whole lot of unsuspecting people are going to get poisoned.
Geistige Umnachtung over 9000.
It's the perfect time to stage an attack.
Kein Fallschaden. Yippie, Schweine packen. Ach, war das hier? Ah, hier war das. Da ist ein Geist. Ob es wirklich einer ist, fragt sich bloß. Nee, das war dann doch keiner davon.
How are the spirits?
Still alive at least. The influence of the worm has weakened them.
If we keep fighting back against Endrin, though, his influence will shrink, and the spirits will regain their strength.
Oder? Ist das ein anderes Gebiet? Hilfe, ich bin verwirrt. Oh. Das ist was ganz anderes. Ein Bär.
Bear Spirit, wake up. Hear Fenn's call.
Ah, jetzt macht er einen Hirschruf Sinn.
Far too long. I did not feel the worms spreading. Ethan can count me among his stalwart allies.
Ah,